So next example is about Archimedes. So Archimedes was solving a question. It was not solved. He was in great trouble. The emperor had said solve it. All Archimedes' reputation depended on solving. But he got tired. Every day the emperor's message comes, how long will it take you to solve it? Someone had gifted a very precious gold ornament to the emperor, but the emperor suspected that he had been deceived and found something in gold. But without destroying the ornament, it is to find out if any other metal had been found in it. At the same time, there was no way to know, and the ornament was very big in size. If something is put inside the metal somewhere in the middle, then the weight will increase. Archimedes was tired, upset. Then one morning he's lying in his tub. All of a sudden naked, the question was solved. He ran and forgot Archimedes. If he was alone, would never have noticed that he was naked. Came on the street and began to shout, Erica, Erica, got it, and ran towards the palace. People asked him, what are you doing? Look at yourself. Will you reach naked in front of the king? He said, but I didn't care about it. He then came back home. This man who had reached the street naked, it was not Archimedes. Archimedes could have not reached the street. It wasn't the same person anymore. And this question that was solved, it was not solved in consciousness of that person. It was solved in non-consciousness. He was lying in the bathroom in his tub, relaxed, still. The attention subsided, the inward went down, the question was solved. The question that was not solved by him, did the tub solve it? Will the tub solve the question? What was not solved by itself will be solved by lying in the water. Does lying in water increase your intellect? What wasn't solved by wearing clothes will be solved by being naked? No, something else has happened. The person was no longer there for a while. He became impersonable. It was lost in the source of the ultimate for some time. Even I had same kind of experience. I was too much into going to Canada that when I didn't got good bands in my eyes, I was like mentally unstable. Cause I did a lot of preparation, so like I was out of my mind for a week or so. Then I decided to leave everything. Like I was like, let's leave out everything and maybe I will be back to normal by itself again. So automatically when I surrender, then I was cured. Like nothing, there is nothing wrong, and then I started preparing again. So I know this thing what he's telling. So this is also a thing that has happened to me. Maybe you guys also might have the same experience. So next, if we read the experiences of all the great scientists of the world, Einstein, Max Planck, Eddington, Edison, the experiences of all these is that whatever we know, we do not know by ourselves. It has happened consistently that we knew. We were not ourselves and knowing has happened. This is what the sages of Upanishads say. This is what the sages of Vedas say. This is what Muhammad says. This is what Jesus says. If we say that the Vedas are infallible, then it has no other meaning. That doesn't mean God came down and wrote the book. There is no need to talk like crazy. Miraculously simply means that the man on whom the incident took place was not present. I was not present at that time when the incident happened. When the Upanishad word came down to someone, and when the Quran came down to Muhammad, and when these biblical words came down to Jesus, they did not exist. The experiences of religion and science are not different. It cannot be. For it, any truth descends in science, the way of its descent is the same as the path of its descent into the religion, which is the way of religion to descend. There is only one way for the truth to descend. When there is no person, truth descends from God. The space within us becomes empty. In that empty space, truth enters. In any way in the world, be it is a musician, a painter, a poet, a scientist, a religious person, or a mystic, whoever has found some ray of truth in the world has found it only when he was not himself. This religion came to mind long ago, but the experience of religion is 10,000 years old. In 10,000 years, the religious fakir, the religious saint, the religious yogi realized that he is not me. This is a very difficult thing. When something from God comes within you for the first time, it is very difficult to differentiate whether it is yours or God's. When it comes for the first time, the mind is wavering that it will be mine, and the ego also desires that it should be mine only. But slowly, gradually, when both the things become clear and it becomes clear that there is no coordination between you and the truth, then the distance is visible. I also remember, one of my more incidents, like I was into too much, like I want to have a girlfriend, like sex and everything. So I proposed a lot of girls, like, there was no girl in my neighborhood that I haven't approached, like neighborhood, school, everywhere, wherever I go, gym and everywhere. I just used to directly propose and I got no all the time. So I had this, like, I gave up after a very long time. Like then I decided, like, this field is not for me. I want to give up. So when I gave up everything, then I got a girlfriend in the end by itself. Like, she was going crazy for me. Like, it was like every boy's dream. So this incident also reminded me of this thing. So when I gave up everything, so God decided what it's supposed to be. So this incident also happens with me. The age of science is new, 200-300 years, but scientists have become humble in the last 200-300 years. 50 years ago, scientists used to say, whatever was discovered, we discovered. Don't say it this way today, like they changed it now. Today, he says everything seems beyond our capacity. Today, scientists are speaking in the same language of mysticism, in the same language of mystery as the saints spoke. Like they'd say, we were not ourselves when this thing happened. So don't rush. Another 100 years and scientists will speak exactly the same language as the Upanishads. We will have to speak the same language that Buddha speak. We will have to speak the same language as Augustine and Francis speak. We will have to speak. We must speak like this. It has to be said because the deeper one experiences the truth, the more a person experiences, the person's experience diminishes. So the person is no more at that time. And the more truth is revealed, the more ego is absorbed. And one day it is revealed that whatever has been known is a blessing, it is a grace, it has been descended. I am not in that will be said by everyone, like I was not present. And whatever I did not know, it is my responsibility because I was so strong and stubborn that I could not know. I was so deep in myself that the truth could not come out. Truth descends into a zero mind and empty mind. And if untruth is to happen from someone, then the presence of I is necessary, because he keeps on saying, I did it, I did that. The pursuit of science will not be hindered. Whatever discovery has been made has also been made due to the connection with the unknown. It happened through dedication, and whatever research will be done in the future will also be done through dedication. Truth has never come, nor can it come from any other door than the door of surrender. So there's a question. Lord, your statement that the unconscious mind is connected to God creates a big problem. Jung told this from behind by linking mythology with the collective unconscious. But Freud says that he is also connected to the devil, then the pain increases. Like Freud is a guy who says this. Freud definitely believes that our unconscious mind is not only connected to God but also to the devil. Actually, God and Satan are our words. When something we don't like, we say it is linked to the devil, and when we like something, then we say it is connected to the God. But all I am saying is that it is related to the unknown, and the unknown is God to me, and the God for me includes Satan, not separate from him. Actually, whatever we don't like, we feel that it must have been done by the devil. Whatever is not wrong, inconsistent, must have been done by the God. We have thought that we are at the center of life, and whatever we like is God's doing. God is serving us. Whatever one does not like is done by the devil. The devil is hostile to us. This is man's ego which has kept even Satan and God in its service. There is nothing except God. What we call Satan is just our rejection. What we call bad is just our disapproval. And if we can look deep into the bad, we will immediately find that there is good hidden in the bad. If you can look deep even in sorrow, you will find that happiness is hidden. If you can look deep even in the curse, then you will see that there is a blessing hidden in it. Actually, bad and good are two sides of the same coin. I am not calling God who is against Satan as unknown. I am calling that unknown which is the ground of life for all of us, which is the basis of existence. Ravana also emerges from the basis of that existence. Ram also emerges from the basis of that existence. So Ravana is like bad and Ram is a good guy. It's like only our thinking. From that existence, darkness also emerges. From that existence, light also emerges. When we feel afraid of darkness, we feel that darkness must be creating devils. We like light, so we feel that God must be creating it. But there is nothing bad in darkness. There is nothing good in light. And one who loves existence will find God even in darkness and in light also. The truth is that because of the fear of darkness, we are never able to know its beauty. We are never able to know its essence, its mystery. Our fear is man-made fear. We are coming from the caves. We have passed through the wild caves. Darkness was very dangerous. The wild animal would attack. The night was scary. Therefore, when the fire appeared for the first time, we made it as a deity. We started praying like for the sun or the fire as God. Because the night became carefree, by lighting the fire we became fearless. Darkness has also become associated with fear in our experience. Light has become associated with the fearlessness in our hearts. But darkness has its own mystery. Light has its own mystery. And whatever important happens in this life happens with the help of both darkness and light. We plant a seed in darkness and a flower comes in light. We saw the seeds in darkness in ground, the roots spread in the darkness in the ground. Flowers bloom in the sky in the light. Leave a seed in the light and it will never flower. Bury a flower in darkness and the seed will never grow. So, this is the best example. A child is born in the deep darkness of mother's womb. When not a ray of light reaches, then when it grows up, it comes into the light. Darkness and light are the same basis for the same life force. Division, opposition, polarity in life belongs to humans. So humans only differentiate between them. Like when you reach a higher level, then there is no enemy and no devil, no bad. Like you don't consider like this is bad, this is good. You don't divide things. When Freud says is a connection to the devil, Freud was associated with Jewish thought. Freud was born in a Jewish family. Since childhood, he had heard the opposition between Satan and the God. The Jews have divided them into two groups. One is Satan, one is God. There are two parts of man's mind. So Freud felt that whatever bad things arise from the unconscious, those bad things must be being inserted by the devil. So he has that thinking.